Attention passionate Chicago, BEARS. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago, BEARS. Let's get to the news now. Folks, buckle up because what's happening right now is nothing short of seismic for the NFC North, and more specifically for the Chicago Bears. We've got whispers from league sources, whispers that could turn into a roar. And this isn't just any rumor. It's a strategic move that could redefine the Bears' secondary and consequently their entire defensive outlook moving forward. The big news: the Tennessee Titans, sitting at 1-6 and clearly in rebuild mode, are eyeing a trade that could significantly bolster Chicago's secondary. And it involves one of the most exciting young cornerbacks in the league right now, Rick Woolen. Yes, you heard it right. Woolen, a 26-year-old Pro Bowl caliber cornerback, might soon be donning the navy and orange of the Bears. The Titans, facing a tough season and with their secondary leaking yards like a sieve, averaging over 252 passing yards allowed per game, are considering parting ways with Woolen. And the deal? According to league insiders, it involves sending Woolen to Chicago in exchange for a second-round pick in 2026 and a fourth-round pick in 2025. Think about that for a second. The Bears, who already have a solid foundation but need that extra gear in coverage, could be adding a player who's not just talented but also fits perfectly into their rebuild plans. Now, why Woolen? Well, for starters, he's a speed demon, a true vertical threat on defense. His 4.29-second 40-yard dash time is among the fastest in the league, and that speed translates directly into coverage ability. Woolen, with his rangy 6'4", 180-pound frame, is a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks trying to throw deep. He's already made a name for himself with 3 interceptions, 9 pass defenses, and 46 tackles so far in 2025. His coverage grade? An impressive 88 according to PFF. That's elite. His EPA per target is 38, meaning he's frequently shutting down the deep routes teams love to deploy. And his allowed yards per attempt, just 6.2 yards, that's top tier, folks. Plus, he's a leader in separation denial with an average of just 2.8 yards, among the best in the league. His tackling efficiency, 86%. When you combine that with his ability to force turnovers, it's clear he's a game changer. But it's not just about the stats. Woolen's presence on the field elevates the entire secondary. For the Bears, who have been struggling in coverage, ranking around the middle of the league overall, adding Woolen could push them into the top 10. His addition would pair perfectly with Johnson, creating a duo that's both tall and fast, capable of shutting down even the most talented receivers. It's a move that would give Chicago a real boost in the pass defense, especially considering the team's recent struggles after the bye week, where their secondary posted a PFF grade of just 74. 2 overall. The Bears need playmakers, and Woolen is exactly that. Now let's talk about the Titans' perspective. They're in a full rebuild, trying to get the most out of their assets. Their quarterback, Will Levis, has had a promising start with a QBR of 75.8, but the team's overall performance has been shaky, especially on the offensive line, which has been giving up an average of 4.2 sacks per game. They're also in a tough spot with the upcoming draft, needing to replenish their wide receiver core after DeAndre Hopkins' departure. The trade of Woolen, who is valued at around $40 million with $11 million counting against the cap in 2026, would free up some cap space, about $10 million, that could be used to extend key players like Jeffrey Simmons. But there's skepticism about the durability of Woolen, given recent injuries, like his hip issue in Week 5 that limited him to just 68% of snaps. Still, his peak performance, like that game in Week 8 with an interception and 2 pass defenses against the Colts, shows what he can do when healthy. From the Bears' side, this move makes strategic sense. Their cap space of around $31 million gives them room to maneuver, especially with the trade deadline approaching on November 4th. Improving their man coverage after some rough outings in recent weeks is a priority, and Woolen's addition could be exactly what they need. His presence would solidify the secondary, giving the defense a much-needed boost. It's a move that could elevate their game, especially in critical matchups against division rivals or playoff contenders. Imagine the impact, Woolen paired with Johnson, creating a rangy, aggressive duo. This combination could generate an additional 8 turnovers over the course of the season, which would directly translate into more points and fewer points allowed. The Bears, currently allowing around 22 points per game, could see that number drop to about 19. That's a significant improvement. Their coverage would become more aggressive, and their ability to shut down vertical routes would spike. Think about how this would change their success rate on defense, especially considering their recent struggles against teams that like to throw deep, like the Packers. Now, when you look at the bigger picture, the Bears' chances of making a playoff push would be immensely boosted. Their odds of winning the Super Bowl, which currently sit at around plus 10-0, could see a substantial increase, maybe down to plus 5-200, if Woolen proves to be the game-changing player they believe he can be. His ability to force crucial turnovers could be the difference in close games, especially in the playoffs. And with his potential to elevate the defense, the Bears could transform into a more formidable contender, especially against high-powered offenses like the 49ers or the Lions. Speaking of the Lions, Woolen's speed and coverage ability could be a nightmare for their passing game. Against teams that rely heavily on vertical routes, Woolen could be a key factor in neutralizing their attack, giving the Bears a real shot at pushing for a wild-card spot or even contending for the division title if everything falls into place. His addition would also allow the Bears to be more aggressive in blitz packages, knowing they've got a lockdown cornerback who can handle one-on-one coverage with some of the league's best receivers. And let's not forget the historical context. The NFL has seen trades like this before, moves that seemed bold at the time but ended up shaping legacies. Think about how the right cornerback can be a game changer, a true X-factor in the postseason. Woolen's speed, combined with his ball skills, makes him a player capable of turning the tide in critical moments. His presence could even elevate the team's overall confidence, knowing they have a player who can match up against the league's best and come out on top. So, what does this mean for the future of the Bears? Well, if the trade goes through, it signals a new era, one where Chicago is serious about contending now, not just rebuilding. Woolen's addition would send a message to the division. The Bears aren't here to just compete, they're here to dominate. It's about building a defense that's not just good but elite, capable of forcing turnovers, disrupting passing games, and setting the tone for the entire team. With Woolen, the Bears could finally have that lockdown corner they've been searching for, someone who can mirror top receivers and help turn the tide in close games. And of course, for the fans, this is hugely exciting. It's a move that sparks hope. Hope that the Bears can turn things around faster than expected, hope that they're serious about contending this season, and hope that a new star is about to arrive and change the course of their season. The NFL is a league of moments, and Woolen's arrival could be one of those moments for the Bears, a turning point that takes them from a decent team to a real playoff threat. In conclusion, the potential trade involving Woolen is more than just a move, it's a statement. It's about the Bears recognizing that to compete with the best, they need game-changing talent, and Woolen fits that bill perfectly. His speed, coverage skills, and ability to force turnovers could be the missing piece in their puzzle. Meanwhile, the Titans in their rebuild phase are making tough decisions. But for Chicago fans, this is a move to get excited about. A move that could, in the long run, help them chase that elusive Super Bowl title they've been dreaming of for decades. So stay tuned, because this story is far from over, and the next chapters could be some of the most exciting in Bears history. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential Woolen trade? Do you think it's the move that can finally push the Bears into that top-tier conversation? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the team. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news. This is a story that's just getting started, and I can't wait to see how it unfolds. The Bears are on the brink of something big, and with Woolen potentially arriving, the future looks brighter than ever. Thanks for watching, and as always, bear down.